In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to calculate Williamson-York regression in Excel. First, open Microsoft Excel and get a blank worksheet ready. Williamson-York regression, also called York regression, is a linear regression method used when both your x values and your y values have measurement error. That is what makes it different from a standard Excel regression. Excel's built-in tools usually assume error only in y, but York regression accounts for uncertainty in both variables, which is why we need an iterative setup. To follow along, enter your sample data into the sheet. You'll want your x values in column A, your y values in column B, the standard deviation or error for x in column C, and the standard deviation or error for y in column D. For this example, use 5 rows of data with x values 1.0 through 5.0, y values 2.1, 4.2, 6.1, 8.3, and 10.4. Then enter the corresponding x and y errors in columns C and D. Once the data is in place, estimate an initial slope. This is just a starting point for the iteration. In a separate cell, such as F2, enter the formula equals slope. Then select the y range B2 through B6, followed by the x range A2 through A6. This gives you a first approximation of the line's slope. Next, calculate the weights for each observation. In column E, enter the formula equals 1 divided by open parenthesis D2 squared plus open parenthesis F2 squared times C2 squared close parenthesis, close parenthesis. This weight reflects the uncertainty in both x and y, adjusted by the current slope estimate. Copy that formula down through all rows of your dataset. Now calculate the weighted mean of x using the formula equals sum product of A2 through A6 and E2 through E6 divided by sum of E2 through E6. Then calculate the weighted mean of y the same way, using column B instead of column A. These weighted means are important because they help center the data for the slope update. From there, update the slope using the York regression equations and the weighted deviations. The key thing to understand is that the slope depends on the weights, and the weights also depend on the slope. So this is not a one-time calculation. You'll repeat the process, recalculating the weights and updating the slope until the change becomes extremely small, such as less than 0.001. After the slope converges, calculate the intercept by taking the weighted mean of y and subtracting the slope multiplied by the weighted mean of x. Finally, verify convergence by repeating the weight, mean, slope, and intercept calculations until the slope and intercept stop changing significantly. Once that happens, your Williamson-York regression is complete in Excel.